Everybody dream on. Know your dreams and know yourself, 'cause all dreams wish you well. Scary dreams, strange dreams, all dreams wish you well. Oh yeah, all dreams wish you well. All dreams wish you well. Oh yeah, all dreams wish you well. Know your dreams and know yourself. Know for sure all your dreams always wish you well. Scary dreams and happy dreams do always wish you well. Come on, everybody dream on. Everybody dream on. Know your dreams and know yourself, 'cause all dreams wish you well. Scary dreams, strange dreams, all dreams wish you well. Oh yeah, all dreams wish you well. All dreams wish you well. Oh yeah, all dreams wish you well. Know your dreams and know yourself. Know for sure all your dreams always wish you well. Scary dreams and happy dreams do always wish you well. Come on, everybody dream on. Everybody dream on. Know your dreams and know yourself, 'cause all dreams wish you well. Scary dreams, strange dreams, all dreams wish you well. Oh yeah, all dreams wish you well. All dreams wish you well. Oh yeah, all dreams wish you well. Know your dreams and know yourself. Know for sure all your dreams always wish you well. Scary dreams and happy dreams do always wish you well. Come on, everybody dream on. Everybody dream on. Know your dreams and know yourself, 'cause all dreams wish you well. Scary dreams, strange dreams, all dreams wish you well. Oh yeah, all dreams wish you well. All dreams wish you well. Oh yeah, all dreams wish you well. Know your dreams and know yourself. Know for sure all your dreams always wish you well. Scary dreams and happy dreams do always wish you well. Come on, everybody dream on. Everybody dream on. Know your dreams and know yourself, 'cause all dreams wish you well. Scary dreams, strange dreams, all dreams wish you well. Oh yeah, all dreams wish you well. All dreams wish you well. Oh yeah, all dreams wish you well.
I want to tell you our call-in number is 844-98-NIGHT. And that's 844-986-4448. And I'm willing to work with you on discovering what is behind your dream messages. And first of all, I get asked often, why do we care what we dream? Well, our dreams are full of hidden messages that bring us truths and new and different ways of looking at the world and our lives for our own personal growth and transformation. So, that being said, I'm here. Oh, and my book, by the way, which is on the screen somewhere, The Dream Class, Know Your Dreams, Know Yourself. And I'm ready for a caller when they are ready for me.
Huh.
Hello.
What does that mean?
Yes?
Does that mean...
You're here. I can hear you.
Oh.
Caller?
Okay.
Who am I speaking with?
Yes. Jay.
How are you, Jay? Good.
Great.
Okay.
Great.
Would you have a question about a dream, or do you have a dream for me?
Well, I've had numerous recurring dreams with sort of like, it seems to be the same theme. And I'm a little dim. I just can't seem to figure it out.
Okay. Can you give me an example? Give me one of the dreams. They're similar dreams?
Yes. There's similar dreams in that there are various parts of the world, and they're usually far in the future, although it's me. I'm there, obviously, as a dreamer now and kind of aware of that. Kind of very futuristic. I've had one, recently I had one in Paris, and they're usually, and I often have them out in the desert. I often have them in the Southwest. Yeah. Usually they're in buildings that are massively big. I mean, just ridiculously big. I mean, they usually have 40, 50 rooms, and there's always thousands of people, and each room is completely different. And I'm kind of walking through this kind of, it's kind of like Satyricon or something. I'm kind of walking through this space, and I seem to be, very aware of it, but it's just like, there's just so many different things, and they're quite visual. They're quite graphically visual, and they're kind of quite artistic, quite futuristic, like it's something like literally like 100 years from now or something.
And how are you feeling when you're going through these large buildings? Are they tall as well as spacious?
Oh my God, yes, yeah, hundreds of feet. It's a ridiculous scale. It's just, and it's either it's a house, or it's kind of like some kind of. I had one in Mexico where I was way down in this kind of, it was like a house, but it was not. It was like a series of rooms in this deep, like a cave. It wasn't a cave. It was like, it was open to the sky, but it was like probably 100 feet deep. And all the walls had these like kind of Mayan, facades
one dream
on them
at a time, because the dreams are different things.
Right.
But you have a repetitive dream
Right.
of large spaces. Let's narrow it down
Right.
to buildings that are large, that are tall and spacious. And the buildings in our dreams represent us and how we think of ourselves. And everything, I'll say this here, that everything in your dreams is an aspect of yourself.
Narrow
it down. Right. So this is large. I'm hearing myself feedback. I'm hearing myself. Anyway, they're representing ourself, and you have a grand vision of yourself, and you also see yourself as being global. I don't know what you do for work or what your intentions are, but you have a global vision of yourself that is grand. And does that fit with what your plans are or what you're doing?
Yeah, well, I've traveled the world extensively. I'm a documentary filmmaker. I've been around the world quite a bit. But then the odd thing on every one of these is that I'm always anxious because I'm going to miss my plane.
Okay, well, these are different
I mean,
themes
and
now.
they
Now,
always,
these are different things. That's anxiety dream, that you're going to miss something. And so I don't like to mix up the images, but yes, when we have anxieties of missing an appointment or late for an engagement, missing a plane, when we go up into our head, means we're going up into our head, into our productive mode. We have our masculine and our feminine energies. And so when we're up, we're in our masculine, which is productive, thinking, working. So you're having anxiety that you are not going to produce, that you won't be good enough when you're thinking you're going to miss going up in the plane. And so for now, I have some callers waiting, and I do hope you call
right.
again, and we will try to connect with the images that we talk about and meditate on those images. And I thank you again for calling.
Very good. Thank you.
I'm ready for another caller. Do I have a dreamer?
Is it me?
Hello? Yes, and who am I speaking with?
Hi. You're speaking to Denise in Santa Barbara.
Hello, Denise. And what do we have from you today? Do you have a question about a dream or about dreams in general?
I have a question not unlike your previous caller, which is about a recurring dream.
Mm-hmm. Let me make mention of that before you tell me your dream. Recurring dreams are about unfinished business. And until we resolve the issues that we have going on in our lives, whether it be historical or current issues that are unfinished, the dreams will repeat. So until you resolve the issues in real life. So now let's hear it.
Yeah. And it's a sequence dream. Mm-hmm. And the sequence is repeated each time. There's very clear order to this sequence. I find myself outdoors. And in the outdoors, I am near gardens and landscape and vegetation, not necessarily my backyard, but in some sort of residential backyard environment. Mm-hmm. And out of nowhere comes this threat, and the threat is this insect-like wasp creature, but it's not quite a natural creature. It seems to be mechanical, and it seems to be something I recognize, and it foretells more dread. It foretells something more ominous coming. And what that ominous thing is repeatedly a fear of getting stung, because the sting is just horrible. And in addition to that, it foretells the appearance of larger, ominous, mechanical, like UFOs in the sky that will hover and come out of nowhere. And they'll sweep in and they'll sweep low, and I'll try to hide from them, and I can't hide from them. So it starts with the fear of this sort of half mechanical.
Yes, this large, we will put it in the category of monsters. So when I talk, I have a chapter. It's a type of monster.
Yeah.
So this is a monster.
It's a type of monster
that can hurt you. And I imagine,
yes,
you said it was wasp-like. Wasps have a stinger. Stingers are
right,
a projectile coming from this thing. So I would
yes,
say this is a scary image that comes from a masculine image. This is phallic, and because there's a projectile attached to this creature.
Right.
And
right.
So, and how have you had this dream for a long time, or just recently? Or?
Yeah, I've had it for several decades.
Okay, so let me
And
just
it's
say
always the same sequence.
yeah, this is unfinished business. This is stuff you want to look into once you discover that this is something from the masculine side of life that has threatened you, and it has affiliated with it things that are other ominous things in the sky. So when things are up in the sky, that's more masculine energy. So there's a lot of masculine energy in this field, this dream field, and it's not the positive in the masculine. So this is the negative side of masculine imagery. So there's more things going on, and whether it be to do with the productive side of life, whether it's to do with, I would delve into it further, if it's some post-traumatic stress that you've incurred in your life, or so these are all possibilities, and you dig into this and you dig into those issues once you start discovering what they are from, those feelings, the feelings of masculine type of negative energy. I'm not saying masculine energy isn't bad. So,
Right. So what would you say where would I look? For example, the fact that this strange wasp-like, half-mechanical, monstrous creature enters from above.
That's the head.
That signals
above.
Masculine.
Yes, that signals masculine, and the masculine side of life. We live in a binary system of the yin and the yang, and that is the feminine and the masculine not opposing, but actually complementary forces of the universe. So we operate that way too. So when we are in our work mode, and we are being productive, and we are not necessarily nurturing our bodies, because our bodies are the feminine, and that's the yin side of life, is our feelings are feminine, and so that and that's what things are low and down, and when things are up and high and with projectile images, we're talking about the masculine. So that's that part of life. So whether it's to do with your work, and you said you've had it for decades, so I would continue to ask you, and you can call me and have a private session with me sometime and really get into it as to discovering, since you go back decades with these images, as to where, when you started having them and what was going on in your life at that time. So that's what I have for you for tonight. And because I have some more callers waiting, but I love that you called in with something so interesting.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll consider your offer. I will. Thank you.
And my information is
Good
below.
night.
So,
okay.
Our call-in number again is on the screen, 844-986-4446. And please push the subscribe button below. And if you want to set up a private dream session with me, just email me to the email on the screen. And, of course, there's my book, The Dream Class, and you can find it on Amazon. Do I have a caller waiting for me?
Hello?
Yes, hello. Who am I speaking with?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hi, Patricia. Good evening. This is Paria.
Carnita?
Paria.
Caria?
Yes.
So
how are you?
Do you have a dream for me, or a question about dreams in general?
No, I have a dream for you.
Good.
Okay. Can I start it?
Yes, please do.
Okay. Actually, I have a letter from universe, but I cannot read it. Tell me, please, what is the message?
You have a letter from the universe? What'd you say? I couldn't hear you quite.
I mean, I have a dream, but I cannot read it. Of course, you can read it for me, right?
Okay, let's have it.
That's awesome. Okay, I had a very excited dream 2 nights ago. I dreamed actually that I was in a house with a 6-year-old boy as a babysitter.
Excuse me.
Finally,
Wait,
after
wait,
playing,
wait. A 6 year. I couldn't. You have to speak up just a little bit. In the house, there's a 6-year-old boy. What?
I was with this boy as a babysitter.
Yes.
Okay. Finally, after playing, talking together, he said, "Okay, I want to show my toys to you," and say, "Okay, where are your toys?" And the toy was a bear, and there was a button
There was
of
a
the
what?
back of the bear.
There was a what?
The button,
A button. A
the
button.
button.
A button.
Yeah, a button. And when he pushed that, the bear began to walk. As soon as the bear started to walk, actually I was looking at this bear. When a very strange feeling came to me inside my toys, and exactly I felt that the same feeling in my fingertips.
In your what? In your
So better
fingertips?
to, yeah, in fingertips,
Okay.
yeah. So better to say, it was so strange feeling, was like an electric shock that started from my toes and fingers.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this electricity almost took over my whole body.
And this happened after
And
you pushed the button on the bear? Is that what you're telling me?
yeah, no, just this is my feeling. Just, I thought something is the bear, like electricity transferred to me, and that's why I felt this feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, I had a very burning sensation in my head. And
In your head
oh
or
my
your
gosh.
hand?
No, in my head.
In your
Right
head.
now,
Okay.
so bad burning. I feel it so bad burning in my head.
Okay,
And
let's go with this because I have several callers waiting. So let's just go with this for now. Is that the end of it? The bear, you are babysitting a boy, and you have a bear that you touched, and it began to move, and you got some electric feeling. So is that right?
yeah,
Okay, so let's
yeah,
go with that. So what is is it bears? Is it a teddy bear, like a toy bear?
yes, exactly, yeah.
Okay, now what is your feeling, your personal feeling with toy bears? Is it something you would like? Normally you would think it's cute, or normally you would think it's not funny, or I need to know your
No.
personal association with these things too, because dreams, I'll tell the callers that these dreams are all representations of ourselves and our own associations with various things. That's why regular dream dictionaries really don't work across the board, because it's very personal to the dreamer. So this bear to you is something you think is cute, but a little boy in your dream represents an emerging idea, some new idea, and now you have felt some energy that has come with this. Is there some new ideas in your life that you've got some new ideas that is energizing you?
Wow, that's
Yes?
amazing. That's amazing.
That reads true
Oh
for
my
you?
God.
Yes?
Yeah, you touch my heart right now,
Okay, well,
'Cause
I'm
actually,
saying our subconscious mind is telling us what
yeah.
we're ready for. So your dream is telling you that you're
Oh my
ready for
God.
this new emerging ideas you've had. Don't hold back. Go for it, because you're energized
Oh
to
my
do it.
God.
So for that,
Wow.
you can call me anytime and get a hold of me if you like. And I have more
Thank you
callers.
so
Thank you
much.
so much for
This
calling.
is no. Okay, thank you. Thank you
Bye.
so much, and have a great night. Thank
Yes.
you. Bye bye.
And I am ready for anyone. Yes. Hello.
Hi, Patricia. It's John McCarthy calling.
I know last names. It's John.
Oh, sorry. John calling. And I'm just calling about not a recurring dream, but a dream, a very strange and intense dream that I had the other night.
Good.
And it was one of those dreams where I actually felt that I'd never gone to sleep. I was aware that I was in my bedroom. I was sitting up in bed, and I had this really kind of a fearful feeling, I would say, because I could hear this rumbling sound, and then that was followed by some earthquakes, and the earthquakes actually, as I was sitting up in bed, were lifting the mattress up and down as though they were waves in water, It didn't feel like water, it felt like my bed, but just that movement. Mm-hmm. And then I would hear this rumbling sound that typically you hear with an earthquake, but then also that sound started to be accompanied by these. It sounded like demons chanting or something very dark. So it was I felt grounded in a weird way, but yet I was just kind of afraid of what was going to happen. And I kept wanting to look at the clock to see what time it was, and the clock was obstructed. So the dream felt real, and I knew that it was a dream when I saw the clock later and realized there was nothing obstructing it. But it was strange because it didn't feel at all like I was dreaming. It felt like I was in the present moment.
Well, this is interesting. We do talk about sometimes people have lucid dreams. This reads like a lucid dream to me, because when you're aware that you're dreaming, we call that lucidity. That's a lucid dream. And that's a time when you're really connected between the Lyman state, between sleeping and waking and sleeping. This is the Lyman state, but you're just before you're really in that state where you're half awake, half asleep. So you're aware of your subconscious. So you're very ready to connect with some messages, and you are sensing. You're sensing through your body, and you're normally, a bed is a safe place, I take it, for you, right? Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, so you're in what you would consider a safe place, but all of a sudden, what I'm reading from you is that it's not such a safe. It doesn't feel safe right now. It feels disrupted. Am I reading?
Yeah. Yes, I think though that there was a sense of, even though it felt scary, I felt grounded somehow. And
you were grounded. Okay, so this is in life. This is how you are reacting in life to disruption. And mind you, do you think there's been a little bit of disruption in this last year in our lives? And
yes.
You are able to ground yourself, and you are able to feel grounded with disruption around you. And so this reads, and you're lucid in this dream too, so you're really knowing it, you're owning it,
mm-hmm.
and you're saying to yourself, there's a lot of stuff hitting the fan, and you are saying, but I can handle it.
Mm-hmm.
So knowing this, bring it from the subconscious mind bubble up through to the conscious mind, and really know that no matter what's going on around us, you are grounded.
Wow, that's great to know. Thank you.
Thank you for calling in. I so appreciate you calling.
Yeah, thanks so much, Patricia.
Bye for now.
All right, bye-bye.
And I think we have more callers. And our call-in number is 844-986-4448. Tell your friends, and it's Know Your Dreams with Patricia Eltinge. Caller?
Hey, Patricia. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Who am I talking with?
Hi, my name is Cindy.
Hi, Cindy. And do you have a dream for me, or any questions about dreams?
Yeah. So I've always been a very lucid dreamer. I dream every night almost, and I always remember my dreams. And the one that I want to share with you is pretty strange, like most of them. I'm parked in a back alley parking lot behind a grocery store, and a bunch of racks are holding goods that are on sale, and they're in behind the grocery store in the parking lot, and it's nighttime and the store's not open anymore, and for some reason they've left all of this produce out, and I'm looking at it and it's all on sale, but it's not necessarily being thrown away. and I'm wrestling with the idea of stealing things or leaving them there. Following that, I go to use kind of like an outdoor bathroom. And in this kind of dirty, decrepit bathroom, I find what I can only describe as relics of my family, things that don't actually exist, pictures that I've never seen before. But I guess my mind just made them, of like my parents and my aunts and my uncles. For some reason, I find a drawer inside this decrepit bathroom behind a grocery store, with a bunch of like family memorabilia, and I'm looking through it, and that's pretty much the extent of it. Real weird.
I hear this on a daily basis. Our dreams are weird. Yes, dreams are weird. So,
Yeah.
but they do offer us messages. It's like finding a message in a bottle that washed up on the shore, and when you open the bottle, it's a message for sure, but it's written in Greek. And unless you can read Greek, you need to take it to a translator to tell you what it says. So you have come to me, and we're going to tell you that in your dream, you are in a store behind the supermarket, from what I heard, right?
Yeah.
So you're
Yeah,
behind
and
the
it's
supermarket
closed.
with all this exposed produce that you don't know necessarily if you should take it or not take it. You're deciding, right? So far? Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. So, and what did you decide to do, or that was the dilemma?
I didn't take it. My conscience didn't let me.
Well, in our dreams, we can do anything. So there's no guilt in our dreams, and maybe there is fruit for you in life that you're not picking. The fruit for you that you are offered from the universe, and it may be that you're holding back, and holding back of yourself, or holding back from the gifts of the universe has to offer you. So think about that when you're doing a meditation. And then what happens is you ended up going and finding remnants of your family pictures and stuff. Well, I don't know your family background, but I can tell you that you have some old script issues that gave you some guilt. And so you're left with the guilt of your family that doesn't allow you to receive the gifts of the universe that has offered you.
Wow. Wow. That is eye-opening.
Yes, dreams are eye-opening if you're ready for it.
They seem like just complete gibberish, and then now it makes a lot more sense.
Well, dreams are the way, I say they're kind of like the back door into your subconscious, so that we can become more ready to look at scary things or things that maybe we would just push aside. So thank you for sharing that tonight. And I will be ready for the next caller, but I will now thank you again for calling. Bye-bye. Our call-in number again is 844-986-4448. And please push the subscribe button, our YouTube subscribe button. And if you want to set up a private dream session with me, just email me to the email on the screen, and order my book, The Dream Class, Know Your Dreams, Know Yourself, on Amazon, and give me a 5-star review. So, who do I have waiting for me now? Hello.
Hi.
Who am I
My name
speaking
is
with?
Clara.
Claire?
And
Okay.
yes, Clara. And I just wanted to share my dreams that happened a couple days ago. So I was wearing a long white dress, and then bright red blood seems to have like poured from underneath me, and I look down and my legs are drenched with blood. In front of me, I see that there's a mountain and it's completely snowy. And then I see a medium-sized polar bear passing by me, and I'm looking at the polar bear, but the polar bear doesn't notice me and just keeps walking past me. So I was wondering if it represents anything, and
Yes.
If it does, like
I
what
would like
it is
to,
about.
yes, Claire, thank you for calling. And I want to say that when there is any element of water elements in the dream, whether it be a dripping faucet, snow, rain, a swimming pool, an ocean, anything that's water, represents your sensual, sexual side of life. So that side of your life is frozen and you're up in your head about it. You're not experiencing it. And number one. And number two, the beginning part where you're in white, you're feeling yourself virginesque on one hand, but then you've got blood coming down your legs. So you're feeling like there's something that makes you feel less pure. So I will ask you if you're willing to share something in your life that makes you feel that you have lost your purity.
Well, thinking about it, I can't recall anything that I have lost my purity.
Or your integrity or your virtue. Do you feel like you have lost virtue in some way?
I think so for a little while, but then I feel like in the recent days I've gained confidence, and I have been so, how should I say this, so positive about my life, and I feel like a high vibration towards my life.
Well, there's a remnant where you don't sense that, because your dream life is telling me that, and still there's some remnants where you feel that you have this white dress on, but then you've got blood, and that is usually a sign that a woman has lost her virginity, which at some point you lose your virginity, but it goes further than that as far as how you view yourself and your own personal virtue, your feelings of virtue. So that's something to examine in how to. We try to connect the images in our dreams and the meanings to connect the dots to our waking life, and then we can have a healing between our subconscious mind to our waking life, and then we start to become more whole. And I'm actually thinking of your sensual, sexual side of life, which is frozen in this image, and it's not.
Right.
Do you have a boyfriend or a lover or however you self-identify? Do you have a relationship in your life?
Well, I do see. I go on dates and do see people from time to time. But it's been a really long time since I've engaged in any intimate act.
Yes, it's evident in your dream because of the mountain with the snow on it. So, and the polar bear image is an image that you have opportunity. It's a large animal, so it's something big, but it's passing you by. So that side of your life is, it's available, but you're allowing it to pass you by. So think about those words and connect that to your daily life, and contemplate that if that's what you want, and if you want something different, think about what you do want. And thank you for calling in. Did that connect with you?
Yes, that helped me a lot, and I can reflect back about my dream and correlate to my life.
Very good. So again, thank you. And I can receive another caller if we have somebody in the queue, and talk about the dream class. Yay!
Hi, this is Bonnie.
Hello, Bonnie. What can I do for you today?
Well, thank you so much for being available to hear my dream.
I am available to you.
Thank you. Here's the dream from last night. A man is dating me. I wasn't attracted to him. I was holding an egg yolk in my palm of my hand that was screaming. And we were in a work surrounded place with people asking me for help. And then I gave the egg yolk to the man, my date, to hold. And the egg yolk is still screaming. And then the dream went to, we're at his house, and he's talking about a second and a third date.
Excuse me, he was talking about what?
A second or third time to go out together. And I'm thinking no, and then the dream ended. That's all I remember.
Well, let's start with the image of the egg yolk, Bonnie. Now, an egg yolk is basically an embryo, a potential embryo. So think of it like that. So you've got just the beginning potential seed of something to emerge in your life, and you're holding it carefully, and you're passing it. And so again, everyone in your dream is an aspect of yourself. So you're passing it to your date, which men. Here's where I can introduce this paradox. Men in your dreams represent your feeling side. So, and women in the dreams represent our masculine side. It's a little funny reverse. Anyway, so you're passing this potential to your feelings to take care of, right?
Right.
And it's in a workplace. The place is sort of, you said there's work going on around?
Yes.
And is it your workplace, or just happens to be a workplace where workers are?
It's my workplace.
Okay, so you have this potential creation. So you're handing it over to your feminine, your yin. And what is it that you want to do with your creativity in your workplace that you need to take care of? And it's delicate because it's not even in a shell. This is just the yolk. This is the heart of the potential is in this yolk.
Wow.
So think about that.
Okay. Yeah, I've been writing a book, but then why would I not like the man? Why would I not like him?
Well,
the feelings. Why would I?
You didn't like but you handed it over to it because you did it out on faith. Because I suppose you're on a faith walk.
Oh, that's great. Thank you, Patricia. That was wonderful.
You're welcome.
That's the dream I had last night, and I write my dreams down so I can remember them.
And do you have my book?
So great. Yes, I really enjoy your book. It's
I'm
so
so
amazing.
glad.
Thank
Well,
you.
just stick with it. And once you have gone through the book, you can use it as a reference and pick and choose the parts you want to revisit when you want to be reminded of certain things. And you can always contact me at my email address. Or my email, my website is thedreamclass.com, and my email is dreams at thedreamclass.com. So thank you for calling in, Bonnie, and I am ready for another caller if the sound booth is.
Hello?
Yes? Who I have here?
Hi, this is Sam.
Sam, hi. And what do you have? What questions do you have for me?
Yeah. So I've been having recent dreams about like shadow people. So it's been kind of strange. I've been kind of looking into it.
Can you speak up just a little bit? I have a hard time hearing you. Thank you. That's better.
Yeah, I've been having these like recurring dreams of like shadow people, and I'm just curious to know more about that. I've been looking it up online, but yeah, that's something recent that's kind of been happening.
Well, like I said, there's no dictionary, because I want to know your specific dream. Where these shadow people, are they male or females, or are they just nondescript shadows?
Yeah, they actually, my most vivid like memory was they were like people, like women, men, children, almost like silhouettes.
But it was
kind of hard
men and
to
women and
pick
children.
out gender.
But you got the
Yeah.
feeling that they were men and women. So we're talking here about your masculine and feminine energies and your emerging energies, because children in our dreams represent our emerging thoughts and feelings. So what are you? Are they ominous figures? Or are you comfortable having them around? Or what is going on in the dream other than they're just there? Do you have a locale?
I feel, yeah, it was kind of weird. It was like at an airport. It was kind of random, and there were normal people around.
There were regular people around besides the shadow images.
Yeah, I remember. For some reason, I was running. Like I was like running, like really fast, and I like it's kind of weird, but I like went through a wall, and then all of a sudden I was surrounded by like these shadow people, like if I had fallen or something, and I was like kind of stuck there, and I felt it didn't feel friendly. I would say
these shadows figures did not feel friendly to you. So you're saying.
Right.
What were you thinking? They were going to harm you, or you were afraid of them?
I would say more so. I was afraid of them. It was just that it's very unfamiliar.
Okay. Well, in our dreams, in our lives and in our psyche, we have our shadow sides. We do have our shadows. Our shadow is the dark side, or the hidden side of us, I should say. We all have hidden aspects to ourselves, and that can be in the masculine, feminine, or it can be in your masculine energy side, which is your thinking, your thoughts, and your way you do things, your behavior. And then it can be on your yin, your feminine side, which is your feeling centeredness, how you feel about things, and the way you sense things. So this is a very androgynous, this dream. So you have both. You're on both sides of you. You have shadow in both areas, which you are not willing to, at this point, take a good look and look at your shadow. Look at your shadow sides, the parts that you may not love about yourself, or you might be afraid to say, oh, do I really own that? Do I have that side of me? But this is how we grow. We grow by examining our shadow sides, and our human potential really comes out of our shadow. And so in our dreams, you might plant this seed. This is where I'll give this teaching too. We can plant the seeds to our unconscious mind, to the subconscious mind, before we go to sleep. I want to visit with my shadows and see what messages they are bringing me. Because when you go to sleep and when you're waking up, we are in a state of consciousness called the Lyman state. I spoke about this earlier. The Lyman state, as in the word subliminal, the Lyman state is that state of consciousness between waking and sleeping and waking. And it lasts about 3 to 4 minutes. So you plant the seed before you go to sleep that you're ready to accept messages from your shadow sides. We're all multifaceted. And upon waking, don't open your eyes. Always keep a pad. Chapter 7, how to capture your dreams. Keep a pad by your bed. So keeping a pad by the bed, it's old-fashioned, keep a pad by the bed. Some people use a recording device, but there's nothing better than an old-fashioned journal because you've got a history there. And upon waking, you keep your eyes closed. Don't open your eyes. Don't look at the clock. Don't think of something else. Think, what images were just there? And you take, before you open your eyes, scribble a couple of words. Then just say the shadows, just put shadows. Oh, airport. You can say a couple of words, and then you can open your eyes. You're only in that state for 3 to 4 minutes anyway, so keep your eyes closed and grab any images you may see, and it starts to build. This dream work is actually a practice, like yoga, playing the guitar, learning to golf, and you build upon these techniques, and before you know it, stuff comes bubbling up all over the place. And anytime you can access this Lyman state, you are accessing your own subconscious. And I say that my work really is teaching people to become their own psychics, because I'm teaching people to get in touch with their own sixth sense. And you're at the you're hinting on it now. You're at the edge of it. And if you're ready to go deeper and find out more, it's there. And again, you can always have a private session with me, dreams@thedreamclass.com. And one more thing about your dream, back to your dream, you're in an airport, your shadow side, so you are thinking you're prevented. You said you don't know if you're going to get on the plane or not, or you're about to, but these things prevent you, or you're falling down?
Yeah, it was kind of weird. It was actually like almost a bit lucid. Like I feel like I was like in control, and I chose to like run fast or something. Mm-hmm. But it was like I ran through a wall, mm-hmm. and I was like outside, mm-hmm. and then like I had like fallen, like if I had like tripped over something, mm-hmm. and then that's when like everything kind of went, like the sky was like purple or like blackish, and the shadows were there, like if you were like laying down and looking up at a group of people looking down at you, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I again try not to be afraid of them and welcome them. Welcome your shadows, mm-hmm. and ask them what, if you have this type of thing again, ask them what messages they're bringing to you, and maybe you don't want to run away from yourself, because these are aspects of yourself that you're running away from. So this is something to look at as and ask yourself in your waking life, what aspects of myself am I running away from that I could possibly be willing to look at? Well, try that on for now and call again and mm-hmm. contact me if you like. And bye for now.
Okay, thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. So, I am ready.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Who am I speaking with?
Hi, this is Agnes.
Agnes, and do you have a question for me or a dream?
Yes, I have a dream for you.
Mm-hmm.
So my dream started off, I was at the emergency room, and I looked down, and turns out I was pregnant, and I was going into labor, and I was freaking out. I was telling the lady at the front desk, oh my gosh, I think I'm going into labor. So immediately, while I was talking to her, this nurse from behind me shoots up some kind of like morphine or some kind of like drug that makes me like kind of want to pass out.
Someone gave it to you? Someone gave this to you?
Yeah, like a nurse.
A nurse gave you this drug. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, from nowhere, I guess to help with my labor, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And then immediately I started feeling dizzy, like I was going to pass out. And the next thing I know, I'm on this bed, and I guess I was about to get like a C-section, but I couldn't feel any pain. It was numb, but I could feel like people were doing things to me. And then in my mind, I was just seeing stars, like I was like on drugs or something, colors, shapes, stars. And then I woke up, and I have no idea what it means.
Now,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, they come. Our dreams come to us in all kinds of strange images, but the images are there for us to prepare us for what's to come in our life, to prepare us for what we might want to be doing, and for what's to come that we can handle it better. So not that you're pregnant. Everything is symbolic, but there could be an emerging. Is this do you know if the pregnancy was it male or female inside of you?
No, I had no clue.
You just knew that something was ready to emerge from you, come out of you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, in your waking life, I would ask you what is ready to emerge from you, and why are you afraid of you sense that you're holding back, and you don't feel ready for it to happen. Is that the feeling I'm getting?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you're thinking that it's going to happen whether you want it or not. It's happening. So then I ask you, in your life, what for you is happening that you don't necessarily think you're ready for?
I guess moving into the next chapter of my adulthood, and also physically moving. Yeah.
Well, those are
like a transition is coming.
A big transition is coming, and when you're going to birth something, it is a major event, and it's not always pleasant, right? So it might not be a pleasant event, the actual event of it, but are you looking forward to being on the other side of it? So when you say that someone gave you a drug or something to make you out of it, now, do you want to be doing that? Sometimes in our dreams, they give us, in a way, a free party. And when we think we can't handle something, it's often typical of alcoholics or drug addicts or even sex addicts to dream of the thing that they're abstaining from. But it doesn't mean they're going to do it. It just means it's a pressure valve release. So somebody gave you a little bit of a sedative in your dream so you can handle this transition. So you had a little bit of a respite, so to speak, in your dream, so you could be ready for your transitions. And I talk about that in the book, how sometimes we get a little pressure valve release. And that's where you got the drug, saw the stars, and you got to, escape a little bit for a moment from the scary events that are about to happen, which could involve a lot of blood if you're talking C-section. So this moving, and you're going into the next phase of your life, this all can be, scary stuff, but at the same time, you're going to get to the other side of it. You're in good hands. You're at a hospital in your dream, so you're going to come out of it on the other side of it. You just needed to take a break mentally.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Thank you so much.
It doesn't mean to turn to drugs and mind-altering chemicals in your real life. It just means in your dream you got to rest.
Yeah. That totally makes sense.
So, thank you for calling. And again, press the subscribe button below and get the Dream Class from Amazon. And
for sure. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Are there any other callers?
Hi, Patricia. My name is Maya.
Hi, Maya. What can we do for you tonight?
Well, I had one of those running dreams where I was running from one place to another, and I believe it was to catch a ferry or a train, maybe both, because I remember showing up at a train station, and it was all over a bridge, and it was in New York, and the thing that was disturbing about the dream was I had a little boy with me, and in the dream, I was trying to figure out if it was my son or my grandson. And then the topper was, at the very end, we were running to get whatever, the train, and went through this doorway and got to a wall with a plant or a tree, and there was a snake. And I saw the snake first. By the time I turned to my left to protect the child, the snake reached out and attacked the boy next to me, and I woke up just at that moment.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, we're talking about, did you say it was a train station?
Well, I had to go wait online and then go over a bridge to get to the train station. And then it was going someplace in New York that I didn't know.
But did you get on the train? Where were you? What happened with you?
At the end of the train, I remember, at the end of or sometime in the dream, I remember getting on the train.
And going to somewhere, but it wasn't where you wanted to go.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
It wasn't where I knew I was going. I didn't know where it was going.
You didn't know where it was going. Aha. Okay. So now we have some more information. And trains are any modality of transportation is your way through life. And a train is a masculine image. So I'd say in your work life, in your way through life, in the work sector, it's going somewhere, but you're not clear as to where it's going. So this is something for you to contemplate on, is that you might want to say, I need to know where I'm going with this, number one. Number two, you've got a boy with you, and a young boy represents your feelings, your emerging feelings. It's a young boy, and so there's some emerging feelings that you're protecting. If there's something that you're protecting, and what was the rest after?
So the young boy, I was trying to figure out if it was my son or my grandson in the dream.
Well, one is emerging and one is older, I imagine. So if
Yes.
So either way,
one's the father and one's the son.
I understand that, but it's still your feeling centeredness about where you're going. So there's two things going on. There's two aspects going on in this dream, and it's your yin and your yang, which is to do with you're not sure where you're going with this, whether it be this project or whatever you're working on. It's going somewhere, but you're not sure where, and you can't even decide how you feel about this because you don't know if it's, what part of your feelings it is. So you need to do some contemplation, meditation. I always recommend people to meditate on their issues, and you can ask yourself, now that we've deciphered these areas, you can meditate on your direction of your work and how you.
And what about the snake?
Well, the snake is a phallic image. Now, somehow and they can also represent. I ask you what your feelings. I know I had a pet snake when I was a kid, so I'm not afraid of snakes unless it's a rattlesnake. But how do you feel about snakes?
I don't like snakes.
So you don't like snakes. Okay, so in this instance, it's not necessarily a positive image. With me, I had my snake, I had a gopher snake, and his name was Charlie. But this isn't Charlie, this is a scary image for you. So, so it shows up in this time where you are backed off, and before you got to the destination, or while you're on this train to nowhere. Where does it show up?
I don't know if I'm talking about two dreams, because if I am, then it picked up where I was running to get on the, I was running with the boy to get on the ferry or the train to get somewhere. And it must have been another dream, because the snake, when the snake struck, the boy was on my left, and I looked to the left and woke up just at that moment, and I woke up worried about the boy.
Because of the snake?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's some feelings that you're protecting yourself, and it's I would say this is the dark side of maybe your own sensuality, and is that getting in the way of your work? This is something you have to, we could talk about it here, or we could talk about it in a private session, but now I have other caller waiting. But in the meantime, it's something for you to think about. How is the dark side of your sexuality getting in the way of your how you feel?
Okay.
Your feeling
something
center
to meditate on, huh?
Yes, it is. We always get food for meditation and food for thought, and what you can bring to me when you want to call me sometime. But I so appreciate you calling in with this, and I love all your images, friends and dreamers. So keep calling in every week.
Thank you, Patricia.
Thank you so much. And
see you next week.
Okay. One more caller. Yes? Hello?
Hello? Hi.
Who am I speaking with?
My name is Lindsay. Hi.
Hi, Lindsay. Do you have a dream for me?
Yes, I do. The only important information beforehand is that I have an anklet that I made that I wear. And it came up in my dream. So I was on like I guess like a movie set, and it was really weird, and I felt really uncomfortable. And then they like put me in this weird tiara, and they told me I had to take my anklet off, and all of a sudden, like I just took two hands and like ripped it off, and then I was like naked. That was my dream.
When you took off your when you ripped off your anklet, the rest of your attire came off too?
Yeah, and it was like, I thought it was real life. Like it was, yeah.
Yes. And how did you feel when you were disrobed?
Exposed, like so uncomfortable and cold.
Okay. So, and were there other people around?
Yeah, there was like a whole crew around.
So my question to you is, when we talk about our clothing represents our persona. And this anklet of yours is an adornment. So it's an adornment aspect of our persona. Now, at this point, I would say to connect your dream to what's going on in your real life, I'd say, what is going on in your real life where you feel exposed and vulnerable?
Oh, yeah, there's a lot happening. I like just moved and everything's changing.
And you're feeling vulnerable, because this is a dream of vulnerability. And and it's okay to feel vulnerable, and that is a good sign that you feel your vulnerability and not to hide it or mask it. So in your dream life, you're able to feel it. And maybe in your waking life, you have to walk around and act like, oh, everything's hunky-dory. But to honor your subconscious mind and honor your feelings of vulnerability. And our feelings, first of all, are non-negotiable. They just are. So we can feel our vulnerability and still go on about the day, but acknowledge that we're having feelings of vulnerability and be okay with it.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
Okay. I thank you for calling in, and call in again and push the subscribe button below, and I want to let you know how dreams, these last callers, or all of these callers, have been examples of how dreams help us connect with what's going on in our daily lives, because the messages that come forth from our subconscious mind to our conscious mind are messages for personal growth and transformation. And for a personal dream session with me, Patricia Eltinge, email me at dreams@thedreamclass.com. And I'm always so happy to be here with you, answering your questions and peeking into your subconscious with you. And hope to see you again next week. Thank you.
Know your dreams and know yourself. Know for sure all your dreams. Always wish you well. Scary dreams and happy dreams. Do always wish you well. Come on, everybody dream on. Everybody dream on. Know your dreams and know yourself. 'Cause all dreams wish you well. Scary dreams, strange dreams, all dreams wish you well. Oh yeah, all